The shift to an industrialized market economy in the 1800s brought massive changes in America. In an opposition to this unrestricted market economy in the New World, utopian communities were formed. People with the same vision and goal of an ethical society separated themselves from the mainstream of the world and dedicated to pursuing an individual or collective perfection. The most famous utopian community at the time was the Shakers. They were also called shaking Quakers because of their ecstatic trembling behavior in religious worships. Ann Lee was the founder and leader of the Shakers. According to Ann Lee's vision, the Shakers were to live by 4 basic rules. First, they must live communally. Second, they must be celibates. Third, they must regularly confess their sins. And fourth, they must separate themselves from the outside world. Members believed that if they strictly followed these rules, they would be able to achieve perfection. The Shakers are known mostly for their excellent furniture design. The massive sale of furniture at the time was the primary reason for their enduring success. At their peak, they had more than 6,000 members. However, they began to dwindle in the early 20th century. Most Shaker settlements have now transformed into museums. Only 10 members still remain today in their unique way of life in Maine. The next community is Brook Farm. It was formed under the idea of transcendentalism, which is a philosophical thought that combined respect for nature and self-sufficiency with elements of Unitarianism. George Ripley, who was a transcendentalist and Unitarian minister, started the farm in Boston in 1841. George Ripley wanted to show that manual labor and intellectual engagement could be successfully mixed. So, members farmed the land together, and they also pursued their own literary and scientific interests in their spare time. The farm was successful in the first year with more than 100 residents. However, in 1844, the commune began to falter with financial problems and frequent squabbles amongst themselves. After 5 years in existence, Brook Farm disbanded. The last utopian community is Oneida. It was founded by John Humphrey Noyes in 1848 in upstate New York. Oneida considered everyone in the community to be married to each other, which they call it complex marriage. They completely rejected the idea of monogamy. Monogamy is the practice or state of being married to one person at a time. All the decisions about childbearing were handled by the committee. Mothers only care for their children up to the age of 3, and the community cared the older children. The Oneida community dissolved in 1881, but they set up a company called the Oneida Community. Today, it is one of the world's largest designers and producers of tableware and cutlery.